Hello everyone. I think I need to actually go on to YouTube so I can see comments and who's attending. Let me have a look. 1 second. Welcome to Live in the Solution. This is the live feed for love and finance for February the 1st through February the 15th. And I'm going to wait a little bit for people to join. And hi Lisa, how are you? Great, thank you for joining. Great. Okay. Now let's have a look. I think I need to, I could see your, maybe I don't have to join in YouTube. Maybe I don't have to do that because I see you. I see you commenting. All right, let's have a look and see what's going on here. Just wait a little longer. Excuse me while I'm messing around with my computer. Hey Joe, how are you? Let's have a look. Oh, Beth, hi darling, how are you? Oh, they're all in. I love that. I love that. Okay, now I need to turn this off. I'm glad that everyone can hear me. Last time I did this, no one could hear me. Oh gosh, I have to turn that down. How do I turn that off? Hold on. I've got all these little... Here we are. Off. There you go. Perfecto. Oh, now I can see it on the side. Yeah, that's good. So love and finance, darling, for... Hi, Tina. Oh, I love that. Hi there in Colorado. Hi, darling. Yes, I decided to do this twice a month because when I was doing it once a month, it just seemed so far. It seemed that, you know, that the videos were, what's the word I want to say? They were so far between. So I figured I'd do it for 2 weeks. And let's see what's going on. So listen, before I start the reading, then we can, if anybody has a question, I can answer a question quickly before I start the readings, because I'll answer some questions personally before, and then after the reading, I'll answer more questions if anyone is still around. Let's see. Oh, did I bring my romance? Yes, I did. Romance angels. For the love. For the love. Love. Love will keep us together. Anyone brave enough to ask a question? I have to be careful because, you know, I'm doing this on my computer and the table rattles, so half the time it's like... I have to... Blue Jay Way Tarot, hello! Another tarot person here, I love that. Anybody have a question, darling? Anybody wants a question asked before I go into the readings? Once I start the readings, it's all over. Well, I'm going to do the love and romance. What guidance in love about an Aries? Why don't you ask a specific question, Blue Jay Way? Blue Jay Way, can I just call you J? Why don't you ask a specific question about the person? I know, yeah. I'm the same way. I'm exactly the same way. Because I'm going to do the general readings in a bit. Do you want ask me? Oh, thank you very much, Catherine. That's really nice. I appreciate your super chat. That's lovely. Thank you, Catherine. So will he ever get back to my ex? Yeah, see, something like that. Will I ever get back with my ex? Something exact, because it's too general a question for on here. Okay, so this is for Mazu 67. Will I ever get back with my ex? Will we come back together, or should I let it go? Okay, so I think Jay, I think it would be best to say, should I let it go? Okay, hang on. I'm reading too many. I'm getting first of all, no questions. Now there's hundreds. Okay, so let me quickly ask Mazu 67. Will Mazu 67 get back? Will the ex come back? Will they get back together? Okay, let's see what's going on. Mazu 67, I like that. Mazu. There we go. Oh, 2. What's interesting is you've got the Page of Pentacles. The page, I think you're ready to move on to the next phase of your life. And this relationship is really kind of an addiction. And I'm not seeing that it's very healthy. I think that there's too much emphasis on I think he's a distraction, and I think I think even if he does come back, I don't think this is a good fit for you, Mazu. I think this is I think it's more like an obsession. Okay, Blue Jay. Should you let it go? Should you let it go? I think that's a good question. Should you let it go? Should you let it go? Oh, Catherine. I'm going to answer Catherine as well. It's Catherine, you're next because you gave me, you kindly gave me that super chat. Okay. Should Blue Jay let it go? Oh, I would say you know what this means. This means that you can continue doing the same old thing and get the same old results. But this to me is you've got the universe showing you to go a whole new different direction. So I would say let it go. That's what I would say. Hi, misbehaving. You can't watch with the sound up, so we'll re-watch. Oh, okay. Earphones, Okay, where are we? Catherine, will my fiance and I get married this year? Oh, okay, let's have a look. Is marriage in the works for Catherine? Let's see, this is for Catherine. Will Catherine marry her fiance this year in 2020? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, look at this. You've got loads of cards that came up. Okay, so you got 4 cards that came out, right? The first card was the Knight of Cups. So that tells me, yes, this is a gift of love. This is the one. This is the knight in shining armor. The King of Wands says that I have to pull this back because it blocks the light from the green screen. So the King of Wands is saying that you must be spiritually guided. And you've got, okay, so you've got these 2, right? And then you've got the 8 of Cups. I think the 8 of Cups is walking away. So maybe not this year. But you've got the King of Wands here, and the King of Wands is all about controlling your emotions. It's all mastering your emotions. So I'm getting the feeling that you need to really master your emotions. The King of Wands is amazing. He's a brilliant leader, he's a brilliant father, he's a brilliant husband, right? And he's wonderful when he's guided spiritually. So you have to put source, God, spirit first, however you call your deity or your belief system or the universe, whatever it is. You must put that first. It's for the higher good of everyone. That's what you always have to remember. So I wouldn't rush it. I wouldn't rush at it. When the Eight of Swords comes in, the Eight of Cups comes in, it's saying that, maybe there's something, it's going to be more meaningful if you kind of wait a little bit. And that's what I think I get here. And the King of Cups is all about mastering your emotions. So stay calm. Everything's going to be great. These are all wonderful cards, but perhaps it might not be 2020. It might be 2021, a little bit later. Let me see. Hey, Indy. Let me see. You're welcome. Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad that you enjoy my castle. Okay, Joe. Mary, as of today, I am... Congratulations! Oh my God, I'm so happy for you, Joe. I nearly said George. I'm so happy. The date for July 19th this year, I am surprised. And that is fast, darling. Did you check with an astrologer to see if that's a good day for you to marry? Always check. See if that's a good day. Oh, okay, Catherine. Right, so maybe you need to wait. Yeah, maybe you need to wait. And maybe it's not meant to be this year, Catherine. Wow. Oh, I think we messaged, didn't we? We messaged through my site. Yes, I remember you, Catherine. I remember. You know what's really funny? I'm getting, congratulations, Joe. I'm so happy for you and Carolyn. Great. I am very surprised. I can't believe, weren't we texting earlier? You didn't tell me? Wow. You did check with oh, good. I'm glad that you checked with an astrologer for that day. You gotta have the planets aligned, darling. Let the planets be aligned. Okay. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, I'm so happy for you. That's lovely. Okay. It's so funny because there are some things showing up on here that aren't showing up on there. You sent me a gift? You did, Catherine? Where did you send it? Oh, thank you. Ellie, thank you. I don't think I got it. Okay, so, but you gave me a gift of Super Chat, and I really appreciate that. That's lovely. Any more questions, guys? Did somebody else ask a question further down? Let me see. Yes. Okay. No more questions? A few more minutes for questions, and then oh, on the page? Oh, I'll check. I'll check. Okay. Will your finances get better soon? Ellie Van, will your finances get better soon? Okay. Yes. There you go. Look at that. Oops. You have the Page of Pentacles, which means that this is a gift. It can be an opportunity. It can also mean, what is that funny thing going on my screen? Hang on. Oh. So this can also mean that whatever you've been working on, you're going to start seeing the rewards for it. But this is auspicious. This is a beautiful, this is like, yes, you're definitely, your finances are going to be better. If I start a gardening type business of this year, how will it turn out in the near future? So is this gardening idea a good, will this gardening business be lucrative? Will it be lucrative soon? I didn't see Lisa's question. I have to look. I didn't see your question, Lisa. You have to ask me again. This is for Joe. Will this gardening two cards. Okay. Yes, look at that. Yeah, this is a very good, this is really brilliant. I think it's going to be very busy pretty soon. And what's interesting, you've got the Judgment card. So this is all, you know, this is about, this is your, maybe, is this your calling? Is this what you really love? Do you love gardening? Because this is your call, to, you know, this is your life purpose card. This is like you're being called to, you know, to embark on your life purpose. And I see, you know, really brilliant things coming out for you. What was the question? Let me have a look. Lisa, I'm looking for Lisa. Lisa, you asked a question. Will I move to Virginia by myself or with someone special? I can't imagine trying to start a new life alone. So let's just ask if you're going to move alone. That would be the best question. Or Lisa, will it be for the higher good? For you and everyone if you move alone to Virginia? Let's see. This is for Lisa. Okay. So this says it's a difficult journey, but it ends in triumph. So you may move alone, but the move will be a good move. But you must be kind of focus on what you're doing. Oh, thank you so much, Kwana, for that super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So this means that you will definitely end in triumph. So it's going to be a good move, and whether you move alone or with someone, don't worry about it. It's going to be good for you, darling. Work it. Okay. Let me see. Where are we? Catherine, Tina. Okay, Kwana, did you have? I enjoy you. Oh, thank you so much. That's so lovely. It's nice to hear. Thank you. Virgo in love with Virgo, 5-year long distance relationship. Will we be able to move forward this year? So let's see. Let's see. This is for Tina H. Will you be able to move forward this year? Into a more committed relationship, right? Moving in together. Is that what you wanted? That's what I'm going to say. Yes, look. You've got this relationship is a lovely foundation, and this is something to celebrate. And you've got something to work for. You've got something to work towards. Thank you, Lisa, for that super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. So the Four of Wands is you've got this foundation. It's definitely a wonderful place for you to jump off from. So I have a feeling that this is going to be a really, I think you're going to move forward for this. Celebrate. Da, 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 da. Let me see. What are we doing here? I'm trying to look at some questions. Hi, sassy girl. Okay. It's lovely. Okay. Had to move away from kids for work. Will I get them back? Or he be able to be with them again? I'm not understanding what you're saying. Will you get your kids back, or who's he? Who will? You're going to have to clarify that, Blue Jay. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Yes, that was the Eight of Wands, Joe. Yes. Yes. Oh, then yes, that's great. It's going to be, I think this is a wonderful time. You know, this year particularly, because of all the transformation that's going on astrologically, this is the year to make changes. If you're going to change something, now is the time. So yes, it looks really successful for you, Joy. Looks joyous. Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's a lifelong dream. Oh, do it. Grow your own food, as well as garden for sort of landscaping, whatever it is that you're going to do. I think this is going to take off. The Eight of Wands is taking off, definitely. Okay, what are we doing here? Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. Okay. Lovely. Okay. Will you be able to find work near? Oh, thank you, Tina, for your super chat. Oh, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's lovely. Will I be able to work near them and be with them again? Okay, so this is for Blue Jay. Should be able to be with the kids. Should be able to work near them and be with the kids again. This is like, I'm not so sure. This is like letting it go. It's moving on. Look, what this says is you're trying to send money and I will use it. Don't worry about it, darling. Thank you. I appreciate that, Joe. This is like, yeah, maybe, you're going to move towards them, right? Because you're not with them now. So right now, it's like you're moving calmer waters and greener pastures. So I would assume that where you're at now, you've got to move on from. So yes, I would say yes. Definitely. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Good job I'm wearing my glasses. I can't even see with my glasses. I'm terrible. Oh, that's so sweet of you, Joe. That's lovely. Oh, I'm so happy for you, Joe. I really am, for both you and Carolyn. You know, I wish you all the best. I can't believe you're getting married in July. Wait. Isn't there an eclipse in July? But not the night. You're getting married on the 19th, I think, right? The eclipse, I think, is the 12th. Always on my birthday, around my birthday. My birthday always gets eclipsed. Always. Oh, thank you, future dreams. Thank you. Okay. Any other questions? Because I'll start the reading and then I'll do questions after. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to start with Aries and move through. Okay. If there's no more questions right now, I'm going to start with Aries. We're going to do finance first of all, and then romance. What should we do? Oh, and it's going to be Valentine's Day too. You're welcome, darling. You too. It's going to be Valentine's Day, and we have this beautiful full moon. Guys, if you're not a member of my Facebook group, it's a private Facebook group, and I do 2 live feeds a month in there, and one is for oh, Catherine, that's lovely. One is for I do one for the new moon and one for the full moon respectively each month, and we have a good time, and I answer questions with the tarot as well, but we look at how you're receiving the energy by sign, whoever turns up. Oh, happy birthday, Catherine. That's brilliant. So yeah, and we have this lovely full moon in Leo, heart-centered. It's beautiful. It's about going forward with love, you know, love for everyone, and courage, the courage to be you, and the courage to put yourself out there and trust and be vulnerable. Okay, so I'm going to start with Aries. I hope you guys will stay around, and afterwards I will just go. It's called Live in the Solution. When this renders, I will put the link underneath to my Facebook group. You just ask to join. It's Live in the Solution Astrology on Facebook, and it's a private group. You just ask, there's a couple of questions, join, and it's so loving. It's such a lovely nurturing environment. Everyone's very positive, and oh, it's lovely. Okay. And you know, it's you know, we it's just nice. What can I say? Anyway. Okay, so you're welcome to join. I will say this: you must have a profile photo, because I've accepted people without profile photographs before, and they've been a little weird in the group. I've had to kind of you know, disinvite them, kind of thing, as in block. So I don't accept members who don't have a profile photograph, FYI, because I don't want any fake people in there. All right, so this is for Aries. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Aries on finance for February the 1st through February the 15th, right after. Oh, we're going to do the romance angel cards for love. So let's see what we've got for finance. What have we got for finance? For Aries. This is for Aries, I'm just going to, I've got to do this again. I have to. Okay, I'm being directed to the other I'm going to be using the other deck. Hi, True. Oh, I love that. Hello, everyone. That's lovely, Truth. Tell it, darling. Tell it. Okay. Indy, I think, you know what? I'm going to make you a moderator. There you go. I'll make you in charge. You know how you love to be in charge, Indy. It's Indy's birthday. She's an Aquarius. Say happy birthday. It's not today, but anyway, she is an Aquarian. Okay, so this is for Aries. Aries, what wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Aries in finance for February the 1st through the 15th? One last. There we go. There we go. Okay. Here we go. What have we got for Aries for finance? Wonderful. Oh, wow. Fabulous. I almost don't want to do another one. I'm going to just do that for Aries. Let me keep it simple. That's a really good card. Why push it any further? Okay, this is for romance. Romance. Ain't no romance without finance. You gotta have a J-O-B if you want to be with me. Oh dear. Oh, happy birthday. There's someone else on Valentine's Day. Catherine's on Valentine's Day, and Christina. Oh no, you're saying happy birthday to. Okay, no. Christina Diaz is on Valentine's Day. Great. Oh, you know, my mum was an Aquarius and hers was on the 10th, and my granddaughter will be 16. Can you believe that? She's going to be 16. My son, I was very young when I had my son. My son was very young. Not that young. Anyway, she's going to be 16 on the 18th. Okay. This is for Aries. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Aries through these romance cards for love and romance between February the 1st through the 15th? Let's have a look. What have we got here? Oof! Passion, darling. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. That's for love. For Aries, and finance is the sun, darling. You can't get better than that. That's like the sun is shining down on your finance. Things are really, this is about creativity, it's about fun, it's adventure, it's all good. So Aries has passion for love. Oh, it looks really good for those first 2 weeks, darling, of February for Aries. Okay, let's go on to Taurus. And Indy, if you could, oh, thank you, Indy. Put the Facebook group link right there. And Indy, if you could timestamp this right now. I'm doing Taurus. If you could timestamp that. Okay, this is for Taurus. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Taurus for finances between February the 1st and February the 15th. February looks like a really good month, honestly. The second half of February, maybe not, astrologically. Okay, this is for Taurus. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Taurus about their finances between February the 1st and the 15th? Aha. Ooh! Fabulous. The 8 of Wands. Lots of opportunities for Taurus. That's beautiful. Can you put the time on the timestamp on it? Yeah, you got Taurus reading. I should be able to get that. But if you put the time on it, how many minutes it is through it? I don't know if you can see that Indy. I don't know if you can. So the 8 of Wands, this is like opportunities flying in. I always think, when this comes in, don't miss these opportunities. Be observant, look for them, and you will find them. You'll see them. So I always say, be a ninja when this card comes up. It's like, hi, yeah. Grab all those opportunities. There you go. Okay, now we're going to look for the romance angels. Let's see what the romance angels, thank you. Let's see what the romance angels have to say for Taurus. What's going on romantically for Taurus between February the 1st and February the 15th? Oh, I am feeling energy right now. What's going on? Love will keep us together. Oh, too many came out. Oh, there's a lot going on, darling. Let's have a look. Taurus, what wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information. The angels are holding back. Why? What's going on for Taurus for love and romance between February the 1st and February the 15th? Taurus moon, then that's for you. Me too, I've got a Taurus moon. It's in exaltation there. This is interesting. Forgiving and learning. So, forgiving and learning, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So, let go of those resentments against your partner, or if you haven't met anyone, don't bring your past experiences or hurts into, judging others. And learn, it's about forgiving and learning. I always say there are reaping days and learning days. So that's it, darling. So it will bring more. Now let's go to Gemini. Let's see. Just a timestamp for the beginning of each one. You don't have to give a timestamp for the love. Just give a timestamp for the beginning of each reading. Please, Indy. This is for Gemini. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Gemini on finance for February the 1st through February the 15th? What have we got for Gemini? What have we got? Oh, you got the whole deck for Gemini. Oh, okay. So 2 cards came out for Gemini, and this came out the first time, and I put it back. Okay, here we go. Gemini it's heartache, right? This is this is pain. I can't say this. So this is like a broken heart. This can mean you've got to. Okay, so before I go any further, you've got the 3 of Pentacles here too, right? So the 3 of Pentacles is about teamwork, right? But for your love and romance, it's going to be, something's going to happen, or maybe somebody could say something that can bring this pain up. This is an old pain that's been there, it was installed many, many years ago. Somebody can say something, do something that's going to kick this up. So that's between, and sometimes if you're single, right, and we've got, Valentine's Day around the corner, people get really upset about not being with someone. I'm sorry, I'm distracted with this. I'm trying not to look at the comments about not being with someone on Valentine's Day. So don't worry about that. Go out with friends, right? You've got the 3 of Pentacles. This is about teamwork. Work with others, go out with friends. Have your friends set you up with someone. You might, if you're single, you might be really, feel lonely that you don't have a Valentine. But don't buy into that, you know. And when the Three of Swords comes into a reading, it's saying, look, take the pain in, connect the dots. Remember when you first felt this pain? What is this really about? What's underlying this pain? What is really going on with you? And do something creative, and go out with friends and connect with friends. Celebrate your own. Be romantic to yourself. Celebrate your own, Valentine's Day. You know, it's really a commercial venture. So, and sometimes you can be in a relationship and just feel that you're upset that you didn't, that they forgot, or they didn't give you a nice Valentine's Day. They didn't pay enough attention to you on your Valentine's Day. I mean, this could mean any number of things, as this is a general reading. So you interpret it how it works for you, darling. But don't worry about that. Shoot me down. This is finance, not romance. But okay, please tell me, when I was praying, I was saying love and romance, wasn't I? That's what I was saying. So this is love and romance. Okay, so now I'm going to do finance. I would normally do the angel cards, but I'm going to do finance. So this is finance for Gemini. You know, this is so Neptunian. I've been really suffering with that whole Neptune thing. I have a very strong Neptune. And Neptune square Mars, it's got me all over the place. This is for Gemini, and this is about finance. What can you tell Gemini about finance? I think I did say finance. No romance without finance. So I think it was finance. This is about finance. Okay, this is about finance. Those two cards were not about romance. So I'm going to take all that back. I totally ballsed all that up, didn't I? So, okay, Gemini, I apologize. This is finance. So finance, you're going to not be very happy with finance. Yeah. You're not going to be very happy with your finances this month, or the first 2 weeks of February. You might be a little in a panic. You might be upset. But how to recover from it is about being in a team, really putting your head down, really opening up to be open to other people's points of view and opinions, because somebody may have some expertise that can help you. So be open to hearing them, and work with the team. Put your head down and work with the team. But I think initially it might not turn out for the first 2 weeks how you expect it, and that will, that's disappointing. That's very disappointing. Okay, now we're going to do romance. This is for romance for Gemini. This is for romance. I totally cocked that up, as we say in England. Okay, this is for romance. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Gemini on romance for February the 1st through February the 15th? 2 cards. Oh. So the first card out is soulmate. And this is, yes, this is your soulmate. So if you're in a relationship, you have no doubt that this is your soulmate. And if you've just met someone, then that's your soulmate. And the second card is trust. So this situation is calling for you to have faith. So maybe some of you are going through a little trying time or uncertain time with your partner, or with someone that if you've just met someone, then someone you're just dating. So this is really about trusting that you trusting and having faith that this situation will work out, and that this person you're meant to be with. Okay. Okay, this is for Cancer. Cancer, what wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Cancer on finance? This is for finance, not romance. Finance for Cancer. What's going on for Cancer financially for the 1st of February through the 15th, the first 2 weeks of February? What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Cancer on finance? There it is. Something a little more meaning. And when I get this, I would say put spirituality first. Things are maybe you need to focus more on spirituality more so than the material realm. So maybe a lot of your focus, and Cancer likes to be secure and feel safe. And this is, and how they do that is by feeling safe and secure financially. And you have to kind of move that away from focusing on the materialism and the material realm, and walk towards a more spiritual, be guided spiritually. And try, I'm really getting that the growth is going to come for you spiritually. And if I remember correctly, you have a nice trine with Uranus and Neptune, I think, yes, and I think that's going to actually help you really connect with spirit. So I would say meditate and look to the skies. Look, this is about being guided spiritually. She's turned her back on her material wealth, and she's walking towards spirituality. So I would switch your focus. And now let's see what's happening romantically for Cancer. What's going on for Cancer romance-wise? Okay, this is for Cancer. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Cancer for their romance and love for the 1st of February through the 15th? What's going on? Oh dear. So, someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. If you are in a relationship, of course, this is a general reading, guys. If you want a personal reading, go to my website. I offer loads of them. This, for some of you, somebody is not who they portend to be, and you would know this because you're a water sign and you've got that. So you're probably feeling a little insecure in this relationship because they are not who they say they are. So there's some kind of deception going on here. Now, either they don't feel as deeply for you as you do for them, or they are cheating on you, or they're lying to you in some way. So yeah, this needs to be addressed, darling. You listen, when you tap into this intuitively, you're going to know. You don't need any proof, you just know. So ask the appropriate questions and address it. Hey Pisces, we haven't got to that yet. Preet, we haven't got to Pisces yet. Oh, you're getting a singing bowl. I love those. I had my little Tibetan bowl, but I love those singing bowls. Is mine down here? No, it's up on the thing, so I'm not going to get this. This is for Leo, darling. Lovely Leo. This is for Leo. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Leo for finance for February the 1st through the 15th? This is for Leo. One more. I've got to shuffle this a bit more. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Leo? Okay, Leo. Okay. This is for finance. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Oh, the High Priest. So this is saying have faith and trust that things are going to be okay. So I wouldn't worry about it, but I also wouldn't focus on it. I would have faith and trust that everything is happening the way it should. So maybe things aren't coming in as fast as you think as fast as you expect them. Maybe you are, disappointed at what you're earning this month so far, or perhaps you can't get a job or something. There's some kind of struggle with you financially, for those of you who are struggling, and this is you're just being asked to really, don't worry. Things are going to work out for you. Don't you worry. Just have faith. Go back to your faith and trust that you're not going to fall on your face. It's going to be okay, darling. It's going to be A-okay. Don't worry. This is for love. This is love and romance for Leo. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Leo for February the 1st through February the 15th? What can you tell Leo that will be helpful about their romance, romantic and love life? What can they expect? Let's have a look. Here we are. Oh, look at this. Trust. So it seems to me that both your romance and finance need you to trust and have faith. The situation is calling for you to have faith. Have trust and faith. So that's for both finance and romance, Leo. Okay, now we're going on to Virgo. Virgo. Let's see what we've got for Virgo. Virgo for finance. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Virgo for finance, for their finances in February? February the 1st through the 15th for Virgo. Wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Virgo for... Oh, I've got to stop the table or it just goes crazy. There we are. There it is. Oh, so the Eight of Pentacles. So this is known as the Apprentice card. This is about really just focusing on your craft and look at this. This means you're going to get paid, right? But they're kind of up on the side. They've got to come down, right? So what you need to do is really focus creatively, really give your profession or your job or your career the time and attention that it deserves, and it will pay off. So this is about putting your head down and working really hard for Virgo. Okay, that's for finance, and let's see what's going on for romance, darling. Love will keep us together. Think of me, babe, whenever. Virgo love. What's in the cards for Virgo right now? In terms of romance, what wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Virgo about love and romance for February the 1st through the 15th? Okay. Oh. Let your friends help you. Ask and accept support from others. So sometimes if you're a single Virgo, ask your friends to hook you up, It's the best way to meet someone, through friends. And if you are in a relationship, maybe you need to confide in some friends and talk about, because some people make the mistakes of telling their lover like everything, how they feel and what's annoying them, and you don't have to tell them everything, but it's really important to have trusted friends that you can confide in, and somebody that you trust and that will hear you, and perhaps give you some advice for it. Okay, so now we're going on to Libra, darling. Libra. Okay, this is for Libra. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Libra for finance for February the 1st through February the 15th? One more shuffle for Libra. Trying to do it off the floor because, off the table, I mean, off the floor. I'm not on the floor. So that I don't shake the camera. Okay, this is for Libra. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Libra for February the 1st through the 15th about finance? What's going on financially for Libra for the first 2 weeks in February? There we go. Oh, there's 2 cards. Well, this is really interesting. Okay, so the first card that came out is the 5 of Wands, and the 5 of Wands is kind of bickering and, like, you know, gossiping at work perhaps, or what it is, it's like, or it can be everyone's talking over each other and no one's hearing, right? So when the 5 of Wands comes in, you're being asked to facilitate a safe space for everybody to have a voice, to be heard. Now, that doesn't mean that you're in charge, because it's got to be more of a teamwork thing. And in doing so, right, you've got the Wheel of Fortune, and you know my Wheel of Fortune, guys. It's turning in your direction. I'm gonna make you love me. Oh, yes, I am. It's my Wheel of Fortune. I thought of a world song and I've forgotten it. Lucky you. For other readings that were here. So the Wheel of Fortune, right, is eternally turning. And so it is turning in your direction. But you really need to handle this issue. Usually at work, it can be a family thing. But if you don't handle it, you know, it won't improve. And if you do handle it, you'll be recognized. There's always a reward for the Wheel of Fortune. And sorry, not the Wheel of Fortune, for the 5 of Wands. There's always a reward for handling it. You could, you know, if it's at work, you could get recognized for your conflict resolution skills or your, you know, problem solving skills. I think that you will stand out in a really good light. So Libra, I would say handle it, because sometimes it's one of those things that you're like, oh, I can't be bothered to deal with it. But it's, you know, let's, you know, come to the table diplomatically, creatively, and say, okay, why don't we all view our opinion one person at a time? Whatever, you know, however you want to do it, but do it diplomatically, and you're always rewarded for handling the 5 of Wands. So that's interesting. Sing it, sister, sassy girl. I get comments sometimes, I wish you wouldn't sing. I say, I laugh at that. I say, I'm sorry, I can't help myself. It's actually one of my guides that just jumps out and sings whenever she wants. And I love her for it. So it's in my nature. I can't change that. This is for Libra. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Libra for love and romance for February the 1st through the 15th? What can you tell Libra for February the 1st through the 15th about love and romance? Okay, I've got to shuffle one more time. Being guided to shuffle this one more time. We've got for Libra. Oh, it's coming out. It's not coming out. It's coming out. It's not coming out. Libra. Love and romance. What? Oh, too many. Oh, 50 million came out there. And I never exaggerate. Oh, there it is. Oh, look, another forgiving and learning. This is forgiving and learning, Libra. So sometimes you can be resentful towards your partner, if you're in a relationship, you can be resentful for them towards them, and it can be kind of within, and what it does is it separates you from them, right? So you're so resentful and you're kind of angry, so you can't kind of open up to them when you're in that angry space. This is a time for learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. If you are single, this is really important not to bring this old baggage into a relationship or even dating. You know, you may not even choose the right person to date because you are thinking of what happened to you in the past. Somebody hurt you, somebody betrayed you, somebody cheated on you, somebody treated you badly, whatever it is. So you don't trust anyone. But the thing is, if you can kind of separate and not think of it almost rationally, right? Libra, that's what you can be. You can be very rational. So if you can think of it from a rational point of view and you move your emotions out of it and say, okay, what can I learn from that situation? Like, not beating yourself up. Don't be in the hurt of it. Just be in the solution and say, what can I do differently? What red flags did I miss? You know, things like that, without berating yourself or the other person, right? So what can you learn from the situation and what can you release so that you can move on to a loving and healthy relationship? There you go, Libra. Okay, Scorpio, darling. What's going on for Scorpios? Let's see. My lovely, sensitive Scorpios. What's going on for Scorpio? This is for Scorpio. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Scorpio about finances for February the 1st through February the 15th? What have we got for Scorpio? Oh, where is it? There it is. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. So I love this card in this deck. This is you know, the Ace of Wands. So this is like a spark that will set a flame, that will light a flame, that will set a fire. Oh, I need to remember it in that order. A spark that will light a flame, that will set a fire, a light. So this is like a wonderful, brilliant idea, Scorpio, that you, and it's about change. It's about a brand new idea that you come up with. And when this comes up, it's saying take action on it, go for it. This is a really wonderful, this potential for this idea, something you might have been thinking about this for a while, and the changes in your life have been pushing you towards this. Now's the time to take action on it, because the potential is immense. It is extraordinary. So I think that that's a lovely financial reading. And now let's go to romance. What's going on with love? And you know, I want to sing that. Love will keep us together. Think of me, babe, whenever. Love for Scorpio. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Scorpio on love and romance for February the 1st through February the 15th? Oh, 2 came out. Let me see. Where's the other one? Here it is. Okay. Oh! Okay, this is so interesting because these are opposite cards, right? So the first one that came out is unrequited love. So there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. And then the second one, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to receive the highest energy of all. Now, I could interpret these together, but I'm not, because I've been guided to interpret these separately, because these are for 2 separate groups of people. So, but you know who this is for. Scorpio, because you are extremely intuitive. So if you can kind of, when you're, and look, this can be when you're in a committed relationship. Sometimes, the love in relationships ebbs and flows. Long-term relationships, sometimes you love them more than they love you, and then they love you more than you love them. And you might be going through a period of not feeling loved by the other person, or the person's really not kind of featuring you right now. But it can be that this relationship can't go any further. So you have to really go within and connect with your body and ask yourself, is this the case for you, Scorpio? Maybe you started dating someone and, they're really not, what's that book they have? They're just not that into you, or he's just not that into you, or she's just not that into you, whatever that book is. So the next card is, it's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So this is when you are feeling vulnerable and you're afraid to show your love. You're afraid to be vulnerable because you're sensitive and you don't want to get hurt. But it's safe. Listen, you can't experience love without being vulnerable. We are vulnerable when we put our hearts out there and we love someone. That's vulnerability. There are no guarantees in life. There's no, we hope for the best, and we hope that these relationships will last, and sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. And if this is not for you, then move on quickly, because this will be there for you soon too, right? When you move away from something that's not there, then, I always say to my clients, right, stop, you're over here picking up crumbs and you're missing a great big piece of cake over here. So if you're in a relationship with unrequited love, I've been in a relationship like this. Can you call it a relationship? I guess. It was very painful. I think it was the most painful. Letting it go was a difficult situation, but it was much better than being in it, right? And, I hope you don't have to experience this, but that's life, Sometimes that's what happens. Okay, let's go on to Sagittarius, shall we? Sagittarius. Freedom-loving Sagittarius. Let me be free. What is going on for Sagittarius in finances for Sagittarius? What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Sagittarius for February the 1st through the 15th? Oh, look at that. You've got the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man means that there might be a pause in action. So say if you're self-employed and you don't have any clients right now, it's a time for you to sit back and look at the situation from a different perspective. Sometimes you need that time to evaluate how you're going to move forward, or maybe change some things, or give you a moment to really kind of consider what's going on. This is saying, take a look at this. Look at this pause in action, this little time that you've got to enjoy this situation. Like, enjoy a little time off. Have some time for yourself. This is about not being in fear of, maybe you're in between jobs as well. It can be in between jobs. Sometimes you're meant to have a break for you to reassess which direction you're going in, career-wise or profession. Or maybe you need to take a look at this and start on your life purpose, something that feeds your soul, something that really is going to ignite that fire within you, that passion. He's like hanging from the tree of, he's like in a yoga pose, he's hanging from the tree of life, and he's just looking at something from a different angle. When you look at something from a different angle, you see it differently, right? So you're being asked to open up your mind. Don't be in fear. Open up your mind. This is happening for a reason. You have this downtime for a reason. Don't worry. Don't, be in the moment. Be in the moment. Now, let's see what's happening romantically for Sagittarius. I've got that. Something just came to me for that, Sagittarius, that perhaps some of you are feeling stuck. You're not feeling like you can go further, but it's okay. You're not meant to go. You're meant to be right where you're at. Right where you are. Accept it and enjoy it. This is for Sagittarius. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Sagittarius for love and romance for the 1st of February through the 15th? Okay, what have we got going on for Sagittarius? Let's have a look. Oh, okay. And this is interesting because Sagittarius is all about spirituality, right? And religion. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So this can be a good thing. You might find someone that's like-minded, that has the same kind of values and same belief system. Maybe you're in a relationship with someone that doesn't believe the way that you believe, and that could be a spoke in the wheel kind of thing. Your love life is influenced by your religious views, perhaps, or your spiritual views. So whatever this is, you might be able to find middle ground by this, but I'm getting that, look, if you are looking for someone, you need to find someone that's got the same values. If someone doesn't have the same values, sometimes it's difficult. If one believes in follows a religious path and one doesn't, if you can't find a middle ground and you don't have enough in common to see you through, I mean, it does work. A lot of people do it. If they have enough common ground, if they have enough values and interests that are similar, you you are tolerant of each other's beliefs, and you don't push your beliefs on the other person. But that's entirely up to you whether you can go forward with someone who's different than you, or whether you can't let that go. Okay, that was Sagittarius. Let's go on to Capricorn. This is for Capricorn. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Capricorn on finances for February the 1st through February the 15th? What's going on for finances through February the 1st through February the 15th for Capricorn? We still have all that Capricorn energy with those planets in Capricorn. This is for finance for Capricorn. Okay, what have we got? Ooh! No, too many came out there. Okay. This is for Capricorn. There it is. You've got 2. Okay, so there are 2 cards here. The first card is the 9 of Wands, and that is saying that you're kind of tired of, protecting what's yours, for getting up and going to work and coming back and then, doing the same. This is like being on the fighting to keep your head above water for some of you, right? And you're tired. You're dog-eared. You're sick of it. You're tired. But when the 9 of Wands comes into a reading, it means that this is not the time to give up. You're almost at the finish line. Don't. You've got more fight in you yet, Capricorn. You can do this. Stand up for what's yours. Stand up for what's rightly yours. Sometimes this kind of comes in, this just came to me right now, that maybe you're leaving and you need to fight for a severance pay, or you need to fight for your job, or there's something that you've got to stand up and be heard and really fight, because you've worked hard for it and you deserve it. Do not give up. If there's an option on the table to fight for what's yours, do it, because I think this is the last battle. I think that you will, get in there and do what you need to do. Thank you, Truth. Thank you so much. And this, you've also got the Seven of Cups. Well, this is very Neptunian, darling. The Seven of Cups. I've been in the Seven of Cups all day. Like all these different directions. I've got to do all this stuff. And I'm like, oh God, what do I do first? This is confusion, right? This is so many options out there. You kind of don't know which way to go. You don't know which way to turn. Should you fight? Shouldn't you? Should you let it go? Shouldn't you? Should you get a new job? Should you start a new business? Should you put, whatever this is for you? But when the Seven of Cups comes in to a reading, it's telling you that the answer is within, because sevens are introspective. So you need to meditate, darling. If you meditate the answer, you'll have a clear answer. It's best to just meditate when you are that confused, because otherwise you'll be distracted by things, and then be distracted by YouTube, watching YouTube channel, or the television, or going out and drink, whatever it is. You can get distracted very easily, and Neptune will take you on this journey in your head, and before you know it, the day's gone. That's what happened to me today. Before I knew it, I was like, oh, what happened to the day? I realized the time, and I had to jump up here to do this live feed. So this is what is going on for you, Capricorn. Now let's do romance for Capricorn. Yay! Romance. Ain't no romance without finance. You gotta have a job if you want to be with romance, darling. Let's see what's going on with romance for Capricorn. Okay, this is for romance for Capricorn. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Capricorn on romance, love and romance for February the 1st through the 15th? Okay, let's see what's going on. Oh, are they coming out? There it is. This could be the one. That's what you've got. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So maybe some of you who are single, you might know this person, and this is already this person's already in your life. If you are in a relationship and you are vacillating between loving them, not loving them, fancying them, not fancying them, this could be the one, darling. So what does that say for you? Yeah, you've already met this person. So if you are in a committed relationship, or you are seeing someone, the potential is there, darling. Look, Cupid is flying above the head. You've got it, darling. You've got it. I've got to stop looking at the chat because I get distracted. Okay, now this is for Aquarius, darling. Aquarius. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. And it is, darling. We are moving into this wonderful Aquarian energy. We just have to be careful. The shadow side of Aquarius is detachment, but brilliant, futuristic energy, foresight, inclusive, equality. We have been in thousands of years of a patriarchal society, and before that a matriarchal society, and now we are moving into an equal society, the divine male and the divine female. We are going to embrace both, It's amazing how many people that I've met. You know, some of you know, some of you may not know that I've worked in the nightclub industry for quite a while too. And talk about shadow sides. Indy knows my shadow side intimately. Anyway, the why did I mention that? What was I talking about before? The shadow sides, right? Oh yeah, equality. So I met I was working in this club a while ago, a little while ago, and I met all these young people, and they had these strange names, and they wanted to be identified as they've moved on from binary, you know, and I had to really get used to it and not offend anyone, because they just don't see themselves as male and female. They say they consider themselves as they. I thought it was really interesting. And one guy had a name, his name was 48. I mean, some of the names were fabulous. I was really into it. I love new and innovative ideas. I love new and interesting people. I love new and interesting, you know, how people see the world differently. I love that. Our strength is in diversity. We have to be all inclusive, not exclusive. Okay, this is for Aquarius. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Aquarius on finance for February the 1st through the 15th? Oh, I think that was... Well, I'm going to let you have this because it's your birthday. It's your birthday. You can cry if you want to. Okay, finance, right? You've got 4 cards came out. You have... the first card, because I've turned them over, the first card is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is all about being in service to everyone. She wants to help everyone. She wants everyone to do well. She's emotionally available to people. She listens to them. She listens to their problems. She tries to help them, sometimes to the detriment of herself. And I know this applies to you, Indy. It's like you have to take care of yourself before you can help others. You know, that's the humanitarianism in Aquarius, right? So they can get taken advantage of at times. So you need to take care of yourself first. You know, it's the whole, you know, in the airplane where the oxygen mask comes down and you need to put it on first before you can help anyone else. That's this. And then you have the Page of Cups, which is, you know, this is about love. The Page of Cups is definitely about love. But this is about, being steadfast. She's standing and there's a big wave coming over. You're going to see it red because of the green screen. So she's really calm, she's happy, she's serene, right in the middle of this huge wave going over her. So I feel that you need to be the calm in the storm. This is financially. You have to kind of be really stoic and definitely, meditate. Don't worry too much about work, about finance. Just be. That's what I'm getting. You've got to be the calm in the storm. So things may seem kind of turbulent outside, but you need to be steadfast. You need to be firm. You need to be grounded. You need to master your emotions. Don't get carried away with your emotions. And then the next card is the King of Swords, darling, and he's fair and just, right? So this is a karmic card. This is about balance. This is about doing everything for the right reasons, for the higher good of you and for everyone. So this, and when the King of Swords comes in, I would say, he's the truth seeker. He has no qualms in putting hard. Now the Lover's card in finance, because Venus also represents finance, So this can be a decision that you have to make. in terms of your career, perhaps a job, perhaps starting your life purpose. Whatever this is about. This is about, it's time to make that decision, right? So start looking at what you need to do. Be the calm in the storm. So meditate so that nothing bothers you, so that you can make the right decision. And keep everything ethical, above board. And don't forget to take care of yourself first. That's finance. Now let's go to romance. Love will keep us together. I need to come up with a different love song. I know I've got loads of love songs in my head somewhere. Stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Thinking over. Okay, I'm going to stop now. Okay, this is for Aquarius. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Aquarius for love and romance? Let's see what we have for all the party people out there, the birthday children. Okay. What wonderful gifts. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, one turned over. Oh, I love this. One turned over. This is the one I'm going to go with. You deserve love. You are lovable. Don't forget that. Even when you're in a relationship, you deserve love, Aquarius. Don't overthink things. You are lovable. Know that. Know that in your heart. Don't forget to connect your mind with your heart. And how to do that is through meditation, because you are an air sign. So you're going to be up in your head, going over things again and again and again. Overthinking things, right? So just know it. You are lovable. I love you guys. And now we go on to Pisces, darling. Pisces. The oldest sign in the zodiac. Half on this material plane and half on the ethereal plane. So here we go. This is for Pisces. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Pisces? For finance for February the 1st through the 15th. Okay. This is for Pisces. What can you tell Pisces about finance for... Oh, that's way too many. For February. Oh, no. Sorry, Pisces. You've got the Tower. So this is probably, you could have lost your job. Something's happening. Something that's happened that has set you back financially. When the tower, I can't even say it. When the tower comes in, when the tower comes in, it means something has to go. So look, it could be a bad investment. It's usually a situation, right? It could be that you've lost your job. It could be that you've changed careers. It could be that you've lost money somehow. This is being torn down because you need to start afresh, right? Because when the tower comes in, it doesn't feel that great, but it is necessary. And this is very kind of, look, Uranus. This is Uranus moving through, shaking things up. Maybe you've been in a job that's been the status quo and you've hated it and you got fired, or, you did something almost deliberately to shoot your foot and you got this, and you lost it. For some reason, something's gone. But the tower, even though it doesn't feel great, it's always for the best. I mean, I could tell you some nightmare stories that I've been through. And if you can see down the road, if you can get through this stress, it will turn out really well. It's always been a blessing. You know, this, you know, you're going to know. Like, my friend got fired today out of the blue. She called me and she got fired, and she's hated this job for ages. So good. I'm glad, you know. I mean, of course I'm not glad. It's not great, but she knows. She's aware enough to know that, you know, she didn't like it. She, you know, and it's time for her to move on. So she's going to have to get another job. You got to do what you got to do, darling. Life sometimes isn't easy, but that's what's so rewarding when you get through this. Think about getting through something like that as stressful, and then you can help people get through it. That's, you know, that's what I do. Call myself the wounded healer. I've been through so much. I can tell you how to get through a storm or a tower falling down, darling, 10 times over. Sometimes it's just time for us to reinvent ourselves, right? Okay. Sometimes it can just be a source of income that's just, you know, gone. This is for romance, for Pisces, and I think Mercury moves into Pisces sometime next week. Let me see. When does Mercury move into Pisces? Mercury moves into Pisces on February the 3rd, darling, on Monday coming up. So that's a beautiful creative energy. And I think Venus is in your sign, exalted right now. So you're feeling it love-wise. It's great. The volume's low for you because, you know, it's on my computer. That's why. Let's see. Does that help anything? Okay, so this is for Pisces. This is for romance for Pisces. For February the 1st through the 15th. Let's see what we've got. Oh, there it is. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Sometimes it's about opening up and, you know, giving people a chance that you wouldn't normally, somebody you wouldn't normally fancy, that you don't find attractive initially, but then when you get to know them, you think they're really hot and sexy, right? But in the beginning, you're like, you know, you don't even want to talk to them. But open your mind up, because this might be somebody who can turn you on intellectually, and it doesn't. You know, they don't have to be the classical beauty, but yeah, be open. This person may be somebody completely different. Your soulmate may turn out to be someone totally different than you imagined. All right, guys, put the mouse on the video and you see the speaker turn icon. Okay, yeah. You're talking to them. Very good. Good advice there, darling. All right, so we can now, that's all the TV, right, chatting on that. You're multitasking, Lisa. Okay. All right. So we can go back to some questions. Why not? Why not? Let's go back to some questions, darling. Anybody have a question? Let me spray some abundance oil. Where is it? Don't tell me I've lost my abundance oil, have I? There it is. I used to make this to sell, but it was really too expensive to make. So now I just use it for me and my friends. My friends get some. You're welcome indeed. Thank you for being the moderator tonight. Good job, darling. Fab. You're welcome. Very welcome. I hope you guys... Sometimes the chats don't translate into the video when it renders, but let's hope so. And let's go to if anybody's got any questions. Did I miss anything? Anybody got any questions? Oh, you're welcome, guys. I want to thank you guys for the super chats. I really appreciate that. And any questions before I can stay on for a bit longer? Can the Tower be a good... Oh, absolutely the Tower can be a good change, yeah. I mean, sometimes it doesn't feel so good at the time, but it is a transformation of a situation. So look, we can be coasting in a situation, right? Knowing that we're not happy, but it's easy, right? And then things get shaken up. Maybe you're not fired. Maybe your company closed down. That happened to me. Maybe your company closes and then you're like, oh God, I'm out here without an oar, without a paddle, in a boat without a paddle. So it can be. Astrology question. My chart is Venus in Aquarius and Mars in Aquarius. What? My chart is Venus in Aquarius. Oh, okay. Venus is in Aquarius and Mars in Aquarius. Wait. So which house is it in? Which house is it in, Lisa? If your Venus is in Aquarius, if your Venus is in Aquarius, it just means that sometimes you can be the shadow side of Venus in Aquarius. It depends what the aspect is. You can be a little detached, like you crave connection, but you can be a little detached. That's the shadow side of Aquarius. So Venus in Aquarius can be a little detached, but also can be all-inclusive and very lovely. Now, Mars in Aquarius, you mean in your partner? Is your Mars in Aquarius in the same... So is it in the same house or different houses? If I publish my book... Okay, well, I can only answer one of those questions because successful, I would imagine the success would be financially, wouldn't it? They're both in the 10th house. They're both in the 10th house. It depends on the aspects to other planets, but, Venus in general in the 10th house is blessing it. And Mars is action oriented, right? But I would say action on a cerebral level. So I would say innovative, very innovative, because Mars is also the planet of action, right? And sexuality as well. So that's why it depends which house it's in as to how it is reacting. And honestly, I wouldn't say that it's negative necessarily, but I'd have to you have to see the chart. There are so many variables in that, but in general I wouldn't, and it depends how close they are to each other too. So much. I can't really answer that question, to be honest with you, unless I saw it. Now let me see. Thanks. Okay, so let's Ellie, let's see if let's ask about your book. Will it be successful financially and in general? Let's ask that. Okay. 5 of Wands. So this can be an inner conflict. Have you written the book already, or you haven't published it yet? Let me see. If I publish my book... Now, I'm going to clarify this, because this means that... this might mean that there's... I'm not going to say anything. Let me clarify. Why did the 5 of Wands come up for the question about a successful book? A book being published. Be successful. There's some controversy over it, I think. Please clarify it. Oh, okay. So I'm getting... The first thing I got when I picked this card up was the controversy in your head. That was the first thing I thought of it, but I thought that doesn't really relate to the question. However, you have the 2 of Wands clarifying it. So the world is in the palm of your hands. It's you. It's about you going out there, and it's really putting it out there. So you might have some difficulty getting it published initially, but you have to keep on, because you may take one road and it might be a little more difficult, and then there's no wrong road here. You have to learn, and you have to you're just editing. Okay. So are you getting, you need someone else is editing it, I hope. Yeah, because when you edit it yourself, when you're so close to it, you need an editor. You know, I'm a writer too, so it's like you have to get a separate editor to because you are too connected to your project. So there, you know, I feel that there's a lot of conflict in your head, and I feel that this is very hopeful, because you've got the world in the palm of your hand, but you need to go out there into the world. You've got to put it out there. So I would try to find an editor, because I feel that if you're editing it, you might you're too close to it. You're not going to be able to take. You know, that's the hardest thing a writer has to do, right? Is let go. Let go. So sometimes I've been stuck on a paragraph, and I've got this. I'm trying to make something work. I'm trying to do it, and you know, in the end, I have to be willing to let it go. So when it's your stuff, when it's your project, you're too close to it. You need to get an editor. I'm sure there's some way. You put it out there and you'll get it. No, don't be scared. It's telling you you're going to be okay. Don't be scared. Put it out there. What's the point in keeping it? You've got to get it out there. That's the whole thing. Put it out there. Don't worry. Once you put it out there, try to, I mean, of course, that's so easy to say, you know, try not to be emotionally attached to it. But when you've put that much work into it, you can't not be, you know. Okay, so Sassy Girl, what if I want to start a YouTube? Also, I don't want to hurt anyone. What do you mean by that? Start a YouTube, darling. Everyone's got a YouTube, and everyone, you know, I'm believing there's abundance for everyone. Who are you going to hurt? Who is it that you're going to? Who do you think you're going to hurt? The publishing world is harsh. Yes, it is. But, you know, you've got to be prepared for that. You know, but let me tell you, how many books have gone out? If you look, it's really inspiring to look at biographies of writers, and how many people look at how many people turned down famous books that went on to do brilliantly. They're kicking themselves. I can't remember. I saw something recently. I can't remember which book. And, you know, the editor said, I turned that down. You know, I'll always be remembered for turning that down. So, you know, don't take it personally. If somebody turns it down, then somebody else will take it. You know, really successful people say that they say that every rejection is one step closer to an exception, to somebody accepting it. I was just thinking of the famous writer. She's brilliant. She's an amazing writer. She was an editor, right? But when she wrote her book, she got an editor, because she knew that you can't edit your own work. You can't. It's not going to turn out right. So you have to remember that. Is there a question? We must speak whether written or YouTube. Mary, you are correct. Yeah, you got to get it out. Oh, listen, do you know what? Me getting a YouTube channel, you don't know. If you look at the first videos, I'm like a deer caught in a headlight. I was so afraid. It was crazy. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. Now, had a question. Can the Tower be winning? I don't think the Tower can be winning the lottery in the terms of you going to play the lottery. I think if you're gambling, it can mean that you're going to lose money, so don't gamble. I think the Tower is something that's taken away. It's a change. It's a situation that's changed. There's a situation that can change. Thank you, Indy. I think you mean super chat. Thank you. It's a situation that can change, but it always turns out for the better. So in the end, it's like winning the lottery, but it's not a sign that you should go and play the lottery and win it. No, don't go play the lottery. Okay. Any other questions? What if I want to start? Yeah, you've got the YouTube. Who do you think you're going to hurt? I'm sassy girl. I'm curious. Yes, thank you. Okay. Anybody have a question? Anybody? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull cards for all those that are listening now, and let's see if we have something that we can all learn from. As no one wants to answer a question, let's see. For whomever's listening right now, what would be most helpful for us to know? Oof, I'm feeling that. Oof. Oh, what lovely. Okay, so the first card out is the Hanged Man. So this is like seeing situations it's opening our minds up and opening our minds up to the possibility of seeing something that we've been stuck on in a certain way of seeing it, and opening our mind to seeing it a new way. Perhaps perhaps we're judging too quickly. Perhaps we're judging from a different perspective, but we're being asked to open our minds up at this time and to look at the possibilities. And look, our cup floweth over. This means that we have the gift of intuition and psychic ability, and we need to use that. We need to really connect with our bodies and let our bodies be our guide, our gut feeling. Don't second guess. How many times have you said, you know what? I got that gut feeling that I shouldn't have done this, or I should have done it. And, oh, thanks, Indy. That's so nice of you. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. That's so generous of you. And so how many times have we said that? And we said, I should have listened to my gut feeling. I should have listened to my intuition told me not to, or to do it. How many times has that happened to you? Right now, I've learned to really trust my gut feeling. If it doesn't feel right, then I don't. And look, trust and faith. Have trust and faith that everything is happening the way it's meant to happen. This is really about going back to your spiritual beliefs, to your, if it's religion, spiritual, source energy, the universe, whatever you call your deity or your belief system. Or if you're an atheist, then just the next right thing. Trust that everything's going to be okay. And look, celebrate. Da, 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 da. This is about celebrating the magic in every moment, darling. This is looking at every moment as a gift. I heard today, it's interesting because, we hear people stay in the moment, and, when they say everlasting life, infinity is this moment right here and right now. That's enlightenment, being in the moment, fully engaged, loving it, and really appreciating who's with you at that time, what we're taking in, you know, how, like, we're with our tribe right now. We're loving it, right? We really enjoy being with like-minded people and feeling that oneness and that love. And that's what's going to happen with us coming into the age of Aquarius. We're going to feel that oneness and get back to it. Guys, I think that we can leave on that note. I love you all. Thank you all so much for the super chats. Thank you, Indy, for being a really great moderator. I really appreciate all your help. I love you all. And I'll see you on Facebook. Join my Facebook group. And once this video is rendered, I'll put all the links below and the timestamps below. So thank you all, guys. Ciao. Let me see if I can end this now.